Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one, and it's a little box, but it's got the Scalloped Tag Topper as the closure. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but when you open it like that with your ribbon, got a lovely box in there. Love it! So, I'm never going to get that ribbon tied again, so I'm not even going to try. What you need is a piece of paper that is 4 by 11 inches. Now, when I made the sample using the Floral Boutique paper, I kind of hadn't realised that I'd made loads in Floral Boutique, so I decided we'll stick with the blue. Let's just use a completely different paper pack. And this is the Affectionately Yours paper pack. Love it. So cute. But yeah, 4 by 11 inches, which is 27.5 by 10 centimetres. So on the long side, score it at 4, 5, 9 and 10, which is 10, 12.5, 22.5 and 25 centimetres. And then turn it around and score on the short side, and it doesn't matter which end, at 1 and 3 inches, which is 2.5 and 7.5 centimetres. Couldn't think then. So the box is going to fold up and round in this direction when we've made it. So get your score lines burnished off. And keep going around. So this is going to become the front of the box. And then this will be the back and the top. The back, the top and the front, I should say. Because it will fold round and close like that. So there's bits we don't need. As you can see, that top bit has got those two parts gone from it. So take away those two squares that are at one end. Where's my long scissors? Here they are. If I flip that over, you might see it better. Get rid of that one as well. So those two are gone. And then these squares here, we're just going to cut either side of them and wedge into the square a little bit. Wedge is such a technical term when you're cutting. It's nothing scientific. It's just exactly... It's not an exact measurement. It's just nip out a little bit and that will be fine. So what you're left with is that shape. So we've got this end here which is going to form round, and those two bits. So when it all closes up, it's going to go like that. But I want to do my tag top bit first. So it's exactly 2 inches wide, but you do have to slide it in. If I do it like this, that might be a bit easier. So that will go all the way in. You can double check at the top that it's all lined up and just nip it off. Marvellous. So this is the back of the box. So we need to put adhesive there and on this bit because we want it to wrap around like that, and this smooth front here. So grab your fast fuse or your glue of choice, probably not a liquid glue because it's paper. Snail works very well on paper. When you're sticking paper to paper, snail is good. And apparently to the grid paper. Snail is very good for that. Liquid glue on paper is not very good. Paper to cardstock, excellent. Paper to paper, not so much. So that's lined up there, and then this one line out to be exactly the same way. And just put your fingers down to make sure it lines up. Now, position your box as though it's closed and grab your paper piercer and punch through a little hole or mark a little hole. There will be give because it's paper, but I can see it still. So I punch through a little hole. I'm just going to get my handheld punch and go through over that little pierced hole. So when I feed through my ribbon, it's all going to line up. What I've got here is the lovely silver 1/8 of an inch ribbon. And And what you do is you cut off a length, as I probably cut far too much off, fold it in half and then tie a knot down at the middle end where you've got your loop. Because that is what's going to... I can't tie a knot. That's going to... It's not working. That's going to stop it pulling through because we're going to put that on the inside. Okay. And then these bits will go through. So I'm just going to use my scoring tool to get hold of those. So those are going to go through and that won't go any further. And those two parts through there. And when you close it and tie a bow, it will stay shut. With a very wibbly bow that is not attractive at all. That's better. Trim off the ends. And then my little square at the front, this is stamped from Happy Happenings. No, it's not at all. It's me equals grateful. And I've got the thanks for being you. This is such a beautiful, beautiful set, and I also like Happy Happenings. Hence why I said it. So this little piece is 1 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4 of an inch, so 4 by 4. So I'm lining this up on grid paper, putting my square block over the top, and then my stamp on there, because it's quite small. I've got Flirty Flamingo this time. And I'm going to do my very, very best to not wibble. And I really hope that is straight. Oh, yes! Oh, that was total excitement, wasn't it? Okay. Petite Petals Punch, scrap of Whisper White. I'm easily excited, aren't I? Paper piercer into the middle at the back. I'm going with a rhinestone on this one because I've got silver and I've got silver. I want to round these corners off. And then to finish it all off, let's get some dimensionals on the back. Mini glue dot on the back of my flower. Up in the top. Little box made, and it is 4 inches by 2 inches by, I can't remember, 1 inch. So yeah, 4 by 2 by 1, so that's going to be 10 by 5 by 2.5 centimetres. Love it. Best get that bow tied ready for the photographs. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.